Hey Tens. I've spent most of my day doing two things. One, sitting through a very long Presbyterian meeting, and as I've said to you before, you would have not enjoyed seeing that. And two, I've been having a lively discussion on Facebook about art. Art is one of my most favorite things to talk about, and since I've only got 6 more days left to live,
you'll die in 10 days.
Instead of showing you a boring meeting, I thought I would do a little classic YouTube vlog action and talk to you about something that I care about. And in this case, it's art. So here's what prompted this. Last night at the Grammys, Kendrick Lamar scared the crap out of some white people. And then he lost Album of the Year to Taylor Swift. Folk were not happy. Now, I for one have never been the hugest fan of Taylor Swift's album. In fact, I've gotten into a bit of hot water with some friends of mine because of the way that I've gushed over Ryan Adams' cover of 1989. So in all honesty, I would have been quite happy for Kendrick Lamar to have won Album of the Year. But when it came to Kendrick's performance of The Blacker the Berry and Alright, I thought Kendrick Lamar was absolutely inspiring and incredible. In fact, I went on Facebook and I said this: hip-hop is not my genre. It is not the music I seek out, but speaking purely as a one-time musician and actor, the best performances I have ever seen are Kanye West, when he did Wolves on last February's Saturday Night Live, and tonight's performance by Kendrick Lamar. If you don't know pure art when you see it, then I can't do a damn thing for you. Now, what ensued on Facebook was a conversation with a handful of my really smart friends. I mean, really smart. And we talked about art, and we talked about race, and we talked about hip-hop in particular. And as my status update suggested, the conversation centered mostly around hip-hop as an art form and the marginalization and sanitization, is that how you say that word, of hip-hop over the years. Now, I want to make a point about hip-hop and Kendrick Lamar and the role and place of black art in our society, but first I want you to understand what I mean when I say the word art. I think that a lot of people are scared about art. I've asked a lot of talented people over the years if they consider themselves to be artists, and almost always they quickly and very flatly tell me no. And then I get to hear stories about how they tried some form of art at one point or another and how it turned out horribly, and their guts started to churn and they felt like they were going to throw up and they couldn't breathe. And in response, they usually retreated to activities that they felt like they could more easily master. They would become experts in this subject or in that subject. That way you would never be able to outsmart them, or they would fine-tune their bodies as athletes so that you wouldn't be able to beat them. But whether it's physical or mental, the people who are afraid of art, they want one thing: they want certainty. Sorry, that's the thing about art. Art isn't certain. Art is not controllable. At its best, art goes beyond certainty and beyond control into an uncharted place. The best definition of art I've ever come across comes from this book, Feeling Informed by Suzanne Langer. Her definition reads like this: art is the creation of forms symbolic of human feeling. For Langer, art isn't something that's private. It's not something that's abstract. Art comes into being when the abstract and the private becomes something concrete and public. Art comes into being when somebody creates something. Art is also not restricted to just one form. It's going to be musical, it's going to be linguistic, it's going to be performative, it's going to be representational, realistic, impressionistic, expressive, abstract, surreal. We can never say that this is art and that isn't art simply because we don't like or understand the art form that is being used. Art is also symbolic. Now, while art is concerned with the good and the beautiful and the true, art doesn't want to ever define those things. It doesn't want to lock them down. It doesn't want to restrict them. Art just wants to suggest those things, and it wants to set them free, and it wants to expand on them. Art wants more and not less. Art wants abundance, not scarcity. And that's why the feelings that art is symbolic of are the feelings that are common to all of humanity. We're not talking about a singular human's feelings. We're talking about human feelings. Back to Kendrick Lamar. My favorite headline about last night's Grammys went like this: Taylor Swift may have won Album of the Year, but Kendrick Lamar won the Grammys. Yes, he did. Kendrick Lamar did something. He made something. He recorded something. He performed something. He put it out into the world. He showed us what he did. He took something inside of himself and he offered it to us. He created, and he used a variety of forms to do it. Last night he used music, he used acting, he used dance, he used stagecraft. All of those things were designed to showcase his message. And what was his message? Stephen Kornhaber of The Atlantic said that Lamar took us on a journey from bondage to the righteous celebration of escape and then back into a messy reality. I recognize that journey, don't you? That is a human feeling. I recognize that journey, but here's where Kendrick Lamar shone last night. Here's where he shone. He did it by giving us more than we ever bargained for. His art was expansive. It was suggestive. It set us free. The final image of the continent of Africa, emblazoned with the word Compton, made it clear that Lamar understands the connection between those two places, and he invites us to see that connection as well. It was masterful. It was masterful in the way that Beyonce's video for Formation was masterful. It was masterful in the way that Kanye West's performance of Wolves last year was masterful. It was just masterful. So here's the point, after I've been thinking about it all day. In my Facebook status, I started with hip hop is not my genre, and what I didn't anticipate was how that was going to be read by people that I love. What I was told is that it was read as me saying, hip hop's just for black people. I don't need to understand it. But I do need to understand it, and I suspect that a lot of you need to understand it too. The thing that makes artists like Kendrick Lamar so powerful is that while he is using great symbolism to convey his message, he's not really interested in making it more comfortable for the likes of me. So I have a choice. I can either be afraid of art, or I can lean into the art and grow as a human being. I think that that's what I need. I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I'll see you tomorrow, Tens.